Boy, oh boy, lots to get into. Beautiful evening as always, in the skyscraper-filled city of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Happy Monday. Happy first Monday of the month. And welcome to Chapapa Tv. You know what I mean? Q's and A's. I think it's been a while since I did a Q&A. So if any of you guys got your questions, that's in this live stream right now. If you guys got your questions, bring them in. You guys already know the Q&As aren't too long. So we're going to do our best to answer them. But as you come in, make sure you guys like the video. And let's interact, man. Lots to get into. Cost of living updates in Brazil. Brazilian cost of living. Carnival time. You already know it's February. And February means Carnival. Blocos. What are you guys doing? Where you guys going for Carnival? I know a few folks going to Rio. A few folks going to Salvador, Bahia. Right? Chopper's going to stay here in Sao Paulo. So I ain't making no major plans to go to, Rio as much as I was tempted to. But I want to see what Sao Paulo's like, right? Because, I live here, might as well. Don't have to worry about the Airbnbs and the flights because, believe it or not, flying in Brazil around Carnival time is expensive. Flights that were normally $40, $50, $60, they jump up to $200 one way during Carnival, depending where you're going. If you're going to Rio, if you're going to Salvador, do expect to pay more for your flight. Zero to Hero, what's going on? What's going on, y'all? Make sure y'all like the videos, Q&As tonight. Gonna be relatively short. Let's talk Brazil. Let's talk cost of living. Rent, how the dollar has been, the people, interactions, the stores, living, how I'm feeling out here. Let's talk and let's answer your questions, right? You guys bring your questions. And then anything you don't want to ask, you guys hit me up on an email. Anything you guys don't want to ask publicly, you guys hit me up on an email. Still doing consultations for Brazil. So let's get to it. How many were in the chat? Make sure y'all say good evening, man. Pop in, say good evening. It's your boy Chapapa. It's been a while. So I did a Q&As. Even if you guys have Dominican Republic questions, bring them in. See, yeah, man. So what's new with me? Gearing up for Super Bowl here in Brazil. Believe it or not, they do take the NFL seriously down here. I was shocked as well, but the NFL does have an official Brazil page, so they take that serious. I bought some tickets to go to this watch party, so definitely gonna be uploading shorts on that. Possibly may do a live stream from there, just a quick walk around so you guys can see what's it like watching Super Bowl while you're in a different culture. It's gonna be a good one. And they got a tailgate too. Can you imagine a Brazilian tailgate? What that's gonna be like? It's gonna be very, very interesting. It's gonna be played in Portuguese, I believe. But I'm very curious to see who am I gonna come across over there. I'm going for a few Americans, but just you're really surprised. Like I go to this pub out here, and it's always full of like Brazilians, men and women, are there for NFL games. So listen, y'all, my time here in Brazil has been full of surprises, right? Between the bars that have American football games are full of Brazilians to Now Super Bowl watch party this coming Sunday, and then Carnival's going on. It's a lot. The month of February down here in South America, especially Brazil. If you guys are around the way for Carnival, you guys see the madness going on. I know a few of my subscribers are already flying in, already here, or plan on flying in. Y'all, some of them going to Rio, some of them are going to Salvador for Carnival. But besides that, I also want to share some news with you guys. I know we spoke on me getting my residency. I believe it was last month or December. I sat here with like this big folder, right, saying like, "Hey, I got my residency." Well, my ID came in the mail officially. I want y'all to see what this says right here. This says residente. I'm trying to block that light out. Residente. Y'all see that? Official tissue. Chapapa TV. Got my Brazilian residency, man. This is my ID card. First thing I did, y'all, I kissed it, opened up a bank account. Now I don't leave the house with my New York State driver's license anymore. For those of you guys coming down here and you do need, I do recommend walking around ID. It's not like where I could just show a picture of ID on my phone and places wouldn't care. No, here in Sao Paulo, if you want to get into certain places, um, for those of you who go to bars and clubs where security guards check, you do need to carry your ID on you. You don't need to carry your passport. My New York State ID has always worked well for me. So now I'm going to leave that at home and I'm going to start traveling with my Brazilian ID card. Shiny, 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 shiny. Got my Brazilian ID card. Went to go pick it up last week, actually. So, what does this mean for those of you who are new to the channel? This means that I no longer have to abide by the 180 calendar days per year, right? I can stay as long as I want to. This ID is valid until 2024, and then I go and renew it and get another one. What happens when I renew it? All I have to do is get a police report from, one of the Polícia Federales in Brazil, like a background check. I haven't gotten into any trouble. I haven't done anything stupid. And then that's it. Renew it again. Make sure you guys drop in a comment. I want to talk to y'all. Let me know who's here, man. What's up? How y'all feeling? What's going on with y'all? Elvis, que lo que? He says, "What's up, Chopper? Is Thailand the perfect place to hide from your ex-wives and kids? In other words, to stop being a responsible father. It's far practically unreachable and hard to find you." Elvis, you always come up here with like these weird ass scenarios or these like dramatic scenarios, Elvis. What's going on with you? Is Thailand the perfect place to hide from your ex-wives and kids? Um, I'm gonna say as a grown man, you shouldn't be hiding from nobody, but it's far. I don't think anybody's willing to go chase you out there. Thailand is far. One of the reasons why I haven't gone actually because of how far it is. Thailand. I'm just not ready for that flight. Especially coming from having to leave out of South America. Thailand is far. So Elvis, if you're on the run from your ex-wives and kids, um, and you want to run to Thailand, I don't know. Yeah, it's far. That's all I can say. Is stop being responsible for. I would not tell you to stop being responsible, but to each his own. Elvis, thank you for the question. Haitian governments, I got fed, man. Yo, where you been at, my guy? I got Haitian government been hiding. Y'all already know, y'all. Q&As. We're gonna talk Brazil tonight. A little bit about Brazil. We're gonna talk Carnaval coming up. Well, not coming up. It already started. Carnaval started last week, y'all. The Blocos, and I'm gonna get into that. Started last week. People already flying into the countries. People already, going to Rio, going to Salvador. And yeah, shout out to you guys watching from the States, watching from DR, watching from Brazil. I know I got a couple of followers watching from Brazil, especially this jealous little shorty of mine in Brasilia. She always be stalking and shit. But yeah, I already know what the deal is. Bring out questions, man. Let's interact tonight. I see a couple of y'all in the live stream. Y'all already know. Thumbs up. Say good evening. Don't be rude to all my ghost watchers, whatever. Just give the thumbs up, and I know you're here. Shout out to my guy, Teddy KGB, always pulling up with the super chats. Always blessing the channel. I appreciate you, bro. Teddy, for real. Teddy, when you get out here, bro, to Brazil, first drinks on me. First rounds on me. I'm going to show you the spots, and you're going to have a good time. Cash App's right here in the comments. Make sure you guys bless the Cash App. Hey, you know what? Before I get into that, before I forget, I need to shout out this Cash App because this came randomly, and it was just that was a lot of love. So how do I see this? Shout out to Eric Hebron the second for the Cash App, random Cash App. Like I wasn't even doing a live stream. I was just walking, and then I received your Cash App. So your blessings are really appreciated, brother. Thank you for that. All right, so we're gonna get into the Q's and A's, but y'all already know how we start the show. We gotta be all fancy like, so let's hit it. All right, y'all. So the blinding lights are killing me. I'm gonna have my shades on, so don't feel no type of way. Good evening, y'all. Welcome to tonight's episode of Chapapa Tv. First Monday of February. Loving it so far. And we're here to talk Brazil, right? First question of the night. Let's get into it. He said, what is the estimated price on your apartments? Great question, Haitian Gunman. So right now, my apartment is a 1-bedroom apartment, 1 bathroom. As you guys can see, I'm all the way up. I'm on the 18th floor. This building has 27 floors, right? And it's a cool condominium. It has a gym, 2 pools, a sauna, office area, a playroom, a barbecue area, and a little supermarket, all in the same building. And I pay around, depending where the dollar is, I pay around $1,000 per month. That's like 5,300 reais, give or take, right? The building's cool, but I think at the end of my lease, I will end up moving. Why will I end up moving? A few reasons. Number one, this apartment is furnished. And as you guys know, in these countries, whether it be the Dominican Republic or Colombia or Brazil, furnished apartments mean you will be paying more in rent, right? So I believe I am ready to take that step into furnishing my own apartment here, right? Empty apartment, start from zero. Maybe not zero. You know, some of the apartments here, they help you out. They already come with like a fridge or a washer, dryer, or AC. You just got to look. Might have to pay for that also, but I think I'm in between doing that and starting from zero. Why am I ready to start my furnish my own apartment, you guys ask? Because I got my Brazilian ID. My Brazilian ID came in the mail. Well, not came in the mail. I went to Polícia Federal to go pick it up. So now I can stay as long as I want. None of that 180 in, 180 out. I'm here for good. Let me know if my mic's working fine. If you guys hear me, good. But yeah, you guys remember I was on the live with that big ass folder, like in December, and ID's ready. ID's ready. What have I done with my shiny new ID so far? So far, I have gotten a different type of phone plan. Still not monthly, right? Because monthly phone plans are a great way to build your Brazilian credit out here. Still not monthly, but it's a step in the right direction with Vivo. And I'll go back probably like next month and I'll see if I can get a plan. Open up a bank account, right? For those of you traveling to Brazil, you're going to hear the word Pix a lot. Pix is kind of like their version of Zelle and Cash App, where you can send money from Pix to anybody, any business, any vendor, any friend, any Uber driver. Everybody in Brazil has Pix. Almost everybody in Brazil has card readers, but Pix is more essential. I've been using World Remitly to get around with Pix, but the transfer fees are crazy, like $5 every time with World Remitly, right? So now I have my own Brazilian bank account. I actually used a bank called Nubank. Shout out to a friend of mine. She put me on to Nubank. Did everything straight from my phone. Now my bank account's active. We're working on getting that Brazilian credit, baby. You know what we're going to do with that Brazilian credit? What we going to do? I'll let y'all know. But that's it, Haitian Gummy. You know, apartment buildings full of a lot of things, and I'm spoiled. So definitely when I move again, I'm gonna try to find a building similar to what I have. Maybe go up a 2 bedroom, maybe just get a bigger 1 bedroom. But I definitely need my buildings now to have a sauna, to have a supermarket downstairs, to have a playroom, a pool, a barbecue area, meeting area, security. Listen, I use facial recognition to get into my building, man. Every time I come in a building, I feel like James Bond. Every time. I love it. Especially when I bring people back and then I just walk in and then the camera like scares my face and it says, obrigada. And then the door open. Love that, man. It's definitely like a real, it's fancy, man. Not everybody could live like that. I should be telling you guys, yo, bring your American dollar to South America or Asia. And you'd be surprised just like, oh, how much you bring in per month, the type of lifestyle you could live. So good question, Asian Gunman. Elvis says, I'm not saying it's for me, but I see many dudes with kids go to Thailand. It's just suspicious, brother Chopper. Okay, so when you say many dudes with kids go to Thailand, how old are these kids, Elvis? Are the kids grown, just born? Are they with the mother? Um, how old are these kids? Because I was just having this conversation today with my cousin, and he asked me if I would ever take the move to Thailand. And I said, you know what? Probably not right now. You know, maybe I don't want to plan a move to Thailand in the future because I really love Brazil and everything what's going on. I could really see myself like settling down here for the long term. Maybe I could go to Thailand for like 6 months, but I don't see myself moving to Thailand. And another reason why I don't visit and don't give myself the chance to fall in love with Thailand is because my daughter's in the States, right? I don't want to be that far moving to Thailand and then, you know, several times in a year taking those 28-hour flights to the States and then back to Thailand. Nah. So that's something I'll probably revisit if I ever wanted to live out in Thailand or Philippines as I get older. Like, oh no, as I get older. Yeah, as I get older. Like Richie Mack did, right? Richie Mack zoomed to Thailand. He didn't solidify that move until his daughters were older, right? So it'll be a situation like that for me, Elvis. But you gotta specify what you mean by these dudes with kids going to Thailand, because Uncle Russell's in Thailand and his daughter's in the DR, and he's going to visit his daughter next month for her birthday in the DR. So you got to be a little bit specific. It says, do chicas in Brazil throw themselves at you like they do in Sasua, or is it a different ballgame? All right, guys. So I'm gonna use Elvis's question as an example, right? Not attacking the brother, but mindset like this, right? Traveling mentality like this is why the situation with Austin happened last month. The whole idea of these red light districts, the Sasua bubbles, really mess up people's way of thinking once they go somewhere else. How do girls throw themselves at you in Sasua, Elvis? They're literally like, brother, they're literally throwing box at you for money. And you can't go to another country and expect it to be the same. Like, first of all, you can't expect Sasua to be all of Dominican Republic. And I hate having this conversation. And this is the whole fiasco that happened with Austin a few weeks ago. Guys, I need to get y'all traveling priorities in order. If you travel for a piece of ass, okay, fine. That's all you. But don't go up to these cities, these countries, these cultures, and think like, oh, it's just the world is one big Sasua. Hell no. It could end up really nasty for you. Really nasty. It could end up violent. It could end up disrespectful. So y'all need to cancel that mindset, man. Because like I told you, I'm not living in a Sasua type environment. I'm not living in a Sasua type island. I'm living in Brazil, where the people are nice, hardworking, lots of successful businesses here, go getters, and open minded. Always say this. My experience, Brazilians in Latin America, in all of Latin America, Brazilians are the most open minded people. So if a girl likes you, it'll be known. And you see, that's the problem. A lot of us are used to like the bushing around games, the Dick and Harry games that go on in dating in America. That when you go somewhere else, you travel somewhere else, and a girl actually likes you, you don't know how to act. You don't know how to perceive it. So yeah, you guys, and I'm using Elvis's statement as a question. You guys need to stop making this mistake of, okay, I went to one area and it was like this. Now let me go to another country and see if it's like this. Come on, man. Look at this question. Do chicas in Brazil throw themselves at you like doing Sasua, or it's a different ball game? Who would want women throwing themselves at you like that every day of the week? That's a fake fantasy, bro. Like, y'all don't understand how much that messes with the mental. That's a dream, a fantasy that they're selling for your money. What's fun about it? Yeah, they're nice to look at, but other than that, what's fun about it, bro? What's fun hopping on a plane? You go to one Sasua, and then you go hop on a plane. You go to try to find another Sasua somewhere else. What's fun about that, bro? I can't answer that question because I don't put myself in that environment, Elvis. But dating, right? I could talk to you about dating in Brazil. The women are, like I said, open minded. You could come across some really great women. I mean, really amazing women here from all parts. You can come across shitty ones too, but you can come across really great women who take the initiative, right? And they're easy to talk to. Believe it or not, they're easy to talk to. I think Brazilian women are more approachable in the streets than as opposed to maybe Colombia or Dominican Republic. If they like you, if they like you, it shows. 'Cause they're into you, very affectionate, like holding your hand or wanting to hang out or like kisses in public or very, you know, sex is like breathing. So I'm not gonna say sex, but it's different things that show through their body language and their mentality when the women here like you. I've had moments where I feel like a piece of meat to some women here. I've had a time where I went out with one woman and she made it known like, hey, I don't want nothing serious. I'm just here to have fun. And I'm like, yeah, 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 that's what they all say. Until you realize, how dope the vibes is, and you want to kick it some more and all that jazz, right? So we hang out a few times. I take it down, and I haven't seen Shorty since. And I'm like, damn, I feel like a piece of meat. She was serious. She's like, yo, I just want to have fun, learn serious, and I'm gone. She literally had her fun, and she was gone. Haven't seen Shorty since. I felt like a piece of me in that situation. So there's a lot of learning to do when you're in Brazil and when you're dating and when you're trying to enjoy the culture. I've had someone who went out of their way for my birthday here, and I haven't known them a long time. I want you guys to take this, right? And I see your questions, your comments. I'm going to get to them. But I want you guys to take that and know that when somebody wants to prioritize you or be with you, it'll show. I've had someone take me to my first soccer game down here, bought the tickets. I've had someone get a birthday gift for my daughter and never met her. People coming an hour and a half away from where I live just to meet up, hang out more than once. Trust me, if they feeling you down here, they're feeling you. But don't travel with that mindset. Don't let the internet fool you. Don't let the prior red light districts fool you. Don't let whatever happened in January with Austin fool you. Great people down here. You'll meet a lot of great Brazilians down here. And just because they function a different way, or they maneuver a different way, or they don't taboo things like how they taboo in the States, doesn't mean they're easy or whatever. Right? Listen, if you want to be a tourist and you want to do tourist things, there's places for that. But those places are not everywhere. If you just now joining the chat, what's up? Let me know who's hearing me. Drop a comment. Y'all already know. Got my Brazilian ID all shiny and pretty. Y'all see that? Y'all see that, man? Brazilian ID. I no longer have to worry about the 180 days in, 180 days out. Actually, I could actually cross the border with this. I was told I could hop on a bus, go to Uruguay, go to Argentina, and I could just bring this with me and leave my passport at home. It's beautiful. Beautiful. If you guys miss how exactly I've done it, drop a question, drop a comment, and I'll get to you. Yo, Stefano, what's up? Salute to you, my brother. Good evening. Jay says, hey, bro, I'm a friend of Russell's. Quick question. Do you find yourself eating out or are you buying groceries and cooking at home? Another great question. And I'm going to be very honest with you, Jay. I can count on one hand my entire time here in Sao Paulo the amount of times I've cooked in the apartment. I can use all fingers on one hand. Other than that, bro, I've been eating out. I've probably only cooked maybe max 5 times my whole time here in Sao Paulo. Other than that, I just go out to eat. Why? Because number one, food is cheap. Food is great. Plenty of options. You get to see people at different restaurants or places. So for me, it was like, yo, there was no point to cook like that. And DR was a little bit different in a bad way, but here, nah, love to eat out. And I think a few of my American friends that live down here feel the same way. I think everyone rarely cooks because there's so much options. There's so much cheap options. And even the nice restaurants, what'll be expensive to a local here, was like, nothing crazy to anybody who's bringing down the dollar or the euro. So to answer your question, Jay, I definitely find myself eating out a lot more my time here in Brazil. And I don't mind it. And there was this one month I bought like what do you guys call those things where you like buy a whole stack of already cooked food and you keep it in the freezer? I did that one month. I liked it. It was cool, but Man, I do. I like to go out because I live around the corner from a mall. I like to go out different places, have my lunch, sit down, see all the nice, beautiful people on their lunch break walking, catch some sun, catch a breeze, some vibes, So I don't mind doing that. I don't mind eating out for that. But good question. But I definitely, if anybody's gonna live down here full time, you definitely find yourself eating out more, bro. Even Brazilians eat out a lot. Like Brazilians will take family trips to the food courts in the mall or McDonald's. They love stuff like that. Love eating out. They got like the little cart people in the streets that like sell stuff. Like they're building apartments across the street from where I live right now. These buildings right here, right? And just today I went out for lunch and I saw a lady selling food out of the back of her car. I think it's like a national thing to eat out. Wednesdays and Fridays you have your feijoada days. No, not Wednesday, Friday. Wednesdays and Saturdays, you have your feijoada days. Feijoada is the national Brazilian dish, right? It's just black beans with meat and some sausage and like this one chicharron bar and some rice. Great food. Wednesdays and Saturdays. And places are packed for that. People are like, going out for that. Zero to Hero says, are most Brazilian women wife material? Meaning, would it be easy to find a wife in Brazil? Would it be easy to find a wife in Brazil? I think so. I think it'll be very easy to find a wife in Brazil. Because like I said, based off my experience with Latin America, Brazilian women are very nice, bro. Very nice. And I believe like you could find your niche wherever, right? So it's been easy to like meet. I'll say an example. It's been easy to meet somebody who likes anime or like wants to try the stuff that you like or it's just simple no matter what the age, and they're beautiful. They could be old and beautiful or young beautiful. They're beautiful, and I like the mindset because you meet a lot of hard working women here. Hard work, I mean, probably work 6 days a week, 5 days a week, maybe have a weekend off, maybe work two jobs. So I think they're really I think they're good wife material because from what I see here and from experience, when Brazilian women likes you, like they like you, and that shows. So, hey, Karina, boa noite. Como você está? I Elvis says, Chopper, you made a great point. Sasua is messing up people's mindsets. You're absolutely right. We need to study each culture, place, eat as fast as we visit. Definitely. Chocolate Brown Mother, what's going on? He says, why did you choose to relocate to Sao Paulo and not Rio? I was in Rio, right? My first time ever in Brazil was in Rio. Didn't like it. I mean, let me rephrase that. It's not that I didn't like it because it was with my experiences there where I was like, you know what, I could move to Brazil. But just for me living long term, too touristy, um, too quiet. Like things close very early out there in Rio, very early. And I don't know, just the vibe wasn't for me. It's cool. Some people like it, enjoy it. For me, I wanted something big city. And experience wise, I'm enjoying myself better out here in Sao Paulo, like making good friends, meeting cool people, more events to do, more things to do. Um, Stuff don't close early. Lots of malls. Really hard to find spaces like this in Rio. So I preferred it. And it was like when I was living in Dominican Republic, right? You guys know when I first moved out there, I was down in Puerto Plata. Didn't like Puerto Plata, cut my lease. 5 months in, moved to Santiago. What was it like in Santiago? Infrastructure different, more city like, more things to do, a bit more people. So, but you just got to find what works for you, Chocolate Brown, brother. You got to find what works for you. For me, I did Rio for like a month and a half. Didn't like it. You know, I don't cry for the beach like a lot of people do, bro. I was on DR for like 3 years, folks. I think I've had enough of beach. I miss it sometimes, going to the beaches out there, but I think I've had enough. So a lot of people they like love. I feel all the people who live in Rio now, like expats who live in Rio now, love it because they didn't have that opportunity to live so close to the beach. Me, I had my time, enjoyed it, and if I really need the beach, I can just rent a car and drive to one. Yep, and Sao Paulo's not too touristy, right? And I love Sao Paulo on how it could scare people away, right? Because you guys do need Portuguese out here. And Rio, maybe you'll get by in Rio because, like I said, it's touristy. You got a lot of people coming in. Sao Paulo, you're gonna need your Portuguese. Just like in Santiago, you're gonna need your Spanish, and that scares people away. No tourist areas, right? Because what happens when we move to tourist areas? When we move to tourist areas, prices are higher. You tend to come across more nonsense from locals. You don't really get a peace of mind, right? I moved to Brazil for my peace of mind. What's my peace of mind look like? I'm on the 18th floor. I got my Brazilian ID, so I don't have to leave the country for 6 months out of the year. Got my bank account, meeting cool people. Shout out to cool people right here. Meet some really cool people out here in Brazil. Gotta find your peace of mind. Rio was cool, but to live there, nah. Yeah, Ryan T. I know there's no beach in Santiago. That's why I said I would drive my hour and a half, not even an hour and a half. I would drive 2 hours because the only beach I really rocked with on the north coast was Playa La Ensenada. But I know there's no beach in Santiago. I lived 5 minutes away from the beach when I was in Puerto Plata. If you missed that part, shout out to Ryan T. Any other questions on Brazil living? You guys have asked about dating, the women, apartment. Y'all want to ask about the food, the infrastructure, the traffic. What's traffic like? What's driving like? The malls, the stores. Listen, y'all. I found a Ralph Lauren store here, a legit Ralph Lauren store. No games. Don't let the term South America fool you. Brazil got money. Got money. You go to these malls and there's an Apple store. There's an Apple store by me. And there's hella authorized Apple vendors. You have I'm not even gonna touch the Gucci store. You have the Gucci stores and Louis Vuittons and the Chanel's and all this stuff. Brazil got money, yeah, especially Sao Paulo. Don't let it fool you. Food is cool. Like I said, I eat out almost every day. Maybe once or twice a week, me and my friends will get together. We'll try a new restaurant or go to our favorite restaurant. Lots of Hodisios. If y'all don't know what Hodisios is, man, it's basically like you go to a spot that can serve up any type of food, from Mexican to sushi to just meat, and you sit down and they just bring food out, and you just sit there and they just keep throwing food at you until you like tap out, and you only pay one set price. They range anywhere from $15 to $40, depending how fancy you want to get. Lots of things you could enjoy out here if you're willing to invest the time. Shout out to Alex. He said, I'm originally from NY. Is the traffic in Sao Paulo anything like NY? It's not bad like NY, and it's not bad like Santo Domingo. I would say traffic here could be bad like Santiago. Now, thank God they don't drive like it's Mario Kart. They don't, the motos don't drive crazy, the cars don't drive crazy. Driving here is not like driving a DR. Thank God for that. Because boy, I would have lost my shit. But traffic could get bad, and it's predictable. That's what I like about here. Traffic's predictable. You know you're gonna get traffic around lunchtime when people are going to work and when people are leaving work. And that's it. And on the weekends, going to the beach, coming from the beach. That's the only time you get traffic. Traffic here is predictable. So it's not like NY. You know, you may feel the similarities to traffic in New York, but like the other day, my Uber driver actually like, oh, hey, is the traffic in New York like this? Is it traffic in New York terrible like this? I'm like, no, it's worse. And they find it hard to believe. Shout out to my bro Alex out there in Santiago. He said, not almost, you eat out every day. Listen, man, don't blow up my spot, all right? I'm trying to not, make it sound too bad, okay? But yeah, every day you can't help it, bro. You can't help it, especially when you find your favorite restaurant and stuff. You can't help but just eat out every day, man. It's cheap, it's affordable. I'm sure you eat out every day out there in Santiago. You go to the cafeterias and you get your arroz con pollo y guandoles. Come on, bro. JX, when driving in Brazil, are you automatically at fault in an accident as a gringo, similar to how they do in the DR? No. Like I said, driving here is completely different. The way traffic laws are held up here are completely different. Yeah, there's aggressive driving, but there's stuff like speed cameras and traffic cameras and traffic police. Definitely way different compared to Dominican Republic. I feel safer driving here than I ever did in Dominican Republic. Ryan T says any place without a beach is just a dumpy city. I'm sorry you feel that way, Ryan T. Anywho, Chocolate Brown says, are there any wellness centers for veterans like in Santiago? No, there is not. That is one of my only gripes with Brazil. That's one thing I do not like. There's no veteran centers. It's wide open. I Wellness, if you're watching, MedVets, shout out to Uncle Allen out there in Puerto Plata. I already spoke to Uncle Allen about it. It's wide open, right? There's no veteran centers in Colombia. There's no veteran centers in Brazil. I think anything remotely close, you have to go to Panama. But man, that's what I'm waiting for, Chocolate Brown. Like I have to go back to DR, and I still do like my video conferences with my doctors in DR at I Wellness. But there's no clinics down here for veterans. There's no clinics. Healthcare is free though. You can get private health insurance, but healthcare is free. Exactly, bro. Listen, y'all. The man said a plate of food costs 150 pesos, under $3. When food costs that much, who wouldn't eat out every day, right? And I know you be seeing the portion of food I be getting out here for whatever it costs. It's ridiculous, bro. Like, come on, who's gonna want to stay at home and cook under these circumstances as a single man? Not I. No, sir. All right, y'all. What else can we talk about? Super Bowl Sunday coming up in Sao Paulo. There's a huge watch party going on, huge enough to where you have to buy tickets. And I'm going. And they're tailgating. I believe it starts at 10, 11 a.m. Sunday morning, right? Up until Super Bowl starts at 8:30. Super Bowl starts at 8:30 here because here in Brazil we are 2 hours ahead of Eastern time. Huge Super Bowl watch party going on in Sao Paulo. Not hosted by Americans, hosted by Brazilians. I shared this story earlier, man. I go to a pub and it's probably like a few foreigners, and then the rest is just Brazilians, guys, women, just there watching NFL games. Beautiful. That's coming up. Carnaval started. Carnaval started last week. Probably in almost every city in Brazil, you're gonna have these little parties called blocos that start during the daytime, where it's probably just a block closed off, and you have your beer vendors, and then you have your people chilling, drinking, and all types of crazy outfits and costumes. Right? That's what I call the Party X version of Carnival. Then you have the other ones where it's like the bands and the parades and the floats and the feathered costumes and the choreographer dances and walks where you could bring the kids and the family and watch and take pictures, all that stuff. So you have your two different types of carnival, right? Where is carnival done the heaviest? In Rio de Janeiro and Salvador Bahia, right? A buddy of mine down in Rio told me that for around 3 months, all Airbnbs, all rent automatically shoot up by at least 50, 60% for Carnival, right? He was considering moving apartments, but because he didn't find anything in time, so listen to this. He took a loss by extending his apartment, right? Knowing he will break it early and lose his deposits simply because he did not want to find a place that will come a higher rent. Makes sense if you think about it. So that's what goes on during carnival time. In-country flights, prices jump up. Flights that were normally $40, $50, $60 one way, now jump up to $200 one way, maybe a little bit more depending where you're going or when you're booking your flight. Keep that in mind. They say the best carnival is done in Salvador, Bahia. I would like to check that out one year. Head up there to Salvador, Bahia. Caesar Swag, what it do? He says VAFMP along with TRICARE overseas is available in Brazil. Okay. I didn't know if FMP was available. So where have you used FMP, the foreign medical program for veterans here in Brazil? Caesar Swag, if you have, please let me know where and when. Make sure y'all hit me up with them questions. Y'all like the video on your way in, on your way out. Make sure you guys turn on them notification bells too, because for the next few weeks, I'm not really gonna sit down to like edit videos. I'm just gonna be throwing a lot of shorts at you guys, like a lot of shorts, a lot of random live streams whenever I'm out in the street, during the carnival time or during Super Bowl. So if you guys see me go live at some random hour of the day during the week, because carnival is officially a week long, even though they party all month, y'all already know what time it is. So jump in, all right? Make sure you guys hit up the Cash App. Thanks to all the donations on the channel. Really appreciate y'all. They go a long way. This Friday, coming to Brazil is Black Coffee. He's a DJ. Never heard of. I've heard of him, but don't know much about him. He's gonna be here in Sao Paulo. Gonna be a huge event. I'm going there this Friday, Super Bowl Sunday, and then Carnival the next weekend. Yeah, let me tell you, I love my time here in Brazil, man. I can't complain. Love my time here in Brazil. Met some dope people, other expats or other people, coming through doing their 6 months out of the year. Dating scene is phenomenal here. Love it way more than I did dating in Dominican Republic. People here are dope. You guys always ask about the women getting along. Somebody asked earlier, let me see. Can you find a wife out here? I sure as think so. I sure as hell think so. If that's what you're looking for, you can find it. Y'all don't see it. They're not on the internet like that, but there's a few Americans here married to Brazilians, right? If you're not looking to get married, great place to have your final relationship. If I wasn't chilling right now, I'd probably be cuffed up already. I probably will be eventually because I do have I have met some good people, good women, some good options, and we'll see where it goes. But definitely 10 times better dating is better here for me, my experience, than it was in DR. None of that beating around the bush or the fluff, whatever. Yeah, you'll come across some shitty people, but it's been more good than bad here. Chocolate Brown says, "Can you do a tour of your apartment and cost?" So I spoke on the cost earlier, right? I paid 5,300 reais. Depending what a dollar is, could be around $1,000 per month. I'm on the 18th floor. The building comes with two pools, a gym, a sauna, a jacuzzi, office area, a play area, barbecue area, and a little supermarket. Front desk security, 24 hours. Facial recognition scans to get in. And I'm paying a lot. When I tell people out here how much I'm paying for rent, they look at me crazy. Yeah, it's the area too, but like I said, guys, when you guys are renting in another country, if you rent furnished, you will be paying more. So now that I have this, right? Now that I have my Brazilian ID, I can go get an unfurnished spot and it'll be a little bit easier on me. But I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled by all the amenities that I have here. So I just gotta keep up this way of living, man. You know, just like in you have in Rio and Sao Paulo, there's the areas what people consider upscale and high class and yada yada, all this stuff. And then when you really think about it, it's not that much compared to what you would pay in America. You'd probably pay a little bit less in DR, but I know inflation out there is going crazy. But this is really that case where you get what you pay for. All right, so Haitian government asks, have I've ever been racially profiled in my building? So there's literally this sign outside the door of the elevator where it's do not discriminate anybody based on their income, race, sex, preference, gender, whatever, color. Have I been racially profiled in my building? When I first moved here, right, people used to look at me crazy because, like I said, expensive building, expensive area. No exaggeration when I say I'm the only black guy in my neighborhood. No exaggeration when I say I'm the only black guy living in Brooklyn, Sao Paulo. That's the name of the neighborhood. I have a friend. that lives in Pineros and Moema. They're the only black guys in their building, probably in that area too. People used to look at me crazy in the elevator, like, "You lost? You delivery?" And then they see when I get in and I push that 18th floor button, and they're like, but I keep it really humble, right? I say my good mornings, my good afternoons. Sometimes people respond, sometimes people don't. They stop being shocked. They got used to me. I keep it really humble because I probably make more than majority of people living in this building. Hell, living in this neighborhood, but they don't know that. Nobody know what I do, what I'm even doing here. They just know I live here. But definitely have some sus situations. I've been here since end of July. Um, like I said, people have gotten used to seeing me here. Other people not. It is what it is. I'm enjoying myself, right, Haitian government? Yeah, brown brother. Electronics here, I won't lie to you, are shit. The prices, I mean, prices here are shit. I've seen speakers like go for maybe $100 more than what you'll pay on in the states. The iPhone 14 is probably like maybe $1,200 more than retail price. Don't come to Brazil to buy electronics. If you have no other choice when you're here, okay, I know where to go to try to negotiate or get something at a decent price. But don't come to Brazil to buy electronics. I do not recommend it because the prices are crazy, real crazy. Maybe not as crazy as DR because DR would just slap a price tag on anything, like an absurd price tag on anything. Like I bought my OLED TV here for 1,000 flat. Same TV in DR, you probably pay at least 3,500 to $4,000. So prices are inflated here, but there is a bit of a difference. I would not travel with the idea like, yeah, I'm going to go to Brazil and get my electronics or things are going to be cheaper than the States. Nah. But I will go around South America for you guys and verify. I think someone told me Argentina and Uruguay are good places to buy electronics. I will see about that. But good question, Brown brother. They're inflated, not like out of control inflated like DR, because like I said, DR they can make any price they want, but it's still kind of high. What's a good neighborhood to live in Sao Paulo? Okay, so if you're in Sao Paulo City exactly, right? I have a list of neighborhoods. I won't give them all out because that's stuff I give out during consultations, but I'll give out a few. So where I'm at now, Brooklyn is good. Bella Vista is good. Pinheiros, Moema, Villa Madalena. Those are good neighborhoods. You could walk around them. They're normally full of restaurants and bars and malls and good apartment buildings. Excuse me. Um, yeah, those are a few of the areas. I got to do your research if you plan on moving to Brazil. But that's what consultations are for, right? Just like if anybody wants to move to Colombia, that's what Dre offers consultations for. Anybody want to do something in DR, that's what I offer consultations for. Living there 3 years. You can still talk to Russell about it. These are crazy. Somebody talking about me. And like how Russell could now give you info for Thailand. Richard could give you info for Thailand. Remote jobs are a thing, yeah. I'm coming across a lot of people who are starting to remote work, especially here in Sao Paulo. So definitely good neighborhoods that I would recommend. There's a whole list. Would I stay in Brooklyn after my lease is up? I don't know. Maybe. If I could get into one of these new apartment buildings that they're building across the street, I would stay. Like I said, I definitely my next goal is to definitely get a higher floor. So right now I'm on the 18th floor. I would like to get higher. I probably would furnish my own place. And I want the same amenities, you know. It's killer having a supermarket 19 floors below you. Who don't want that? What else? I leave the house without a wallet, without my debit card or my credit card. I literally do everything through here, through Apple Pay. Because almost everyone and every place has a card reader. Right? Fun fact for you guys. When you guys come down here and you use your card, your debit card, you have, if you're using an international card, well, by international, what I mean from the States, and you're going to use your debit card, you have to use your debit card and charge it as credit. Because if you charge your debit card as debit here, it will not go through. So make sure you guys pay attention to that. If you come to Brazil, you try to use your debit card, do not use it as debit. You have to tell them to charge it as credit. That's the only way to go through. Why is it like that? I do not know. Furnitures and appliances, they're not too bad. They're not that bad. They do have some fancy ass mattresses that go for thousands of dollars. I don't know why, but in terms of furniture and appliances, they're not too bad. Um, when it's time for me to furnish my own apartment, I will walk you guys through it, do videos on the places that I'm going to, the prices that I'm paying. You know, I just opened up my bank account, so I'm hoping to start building my Brazilian credit and be able to, like, you know, go in, because what they do here, like, you know, with certain cards, and I have to find out if it's for debit also, but they literally let you break down the prices something you're paying for in months. So say you're going somewhere, you buy a pair of shorts for like 200 reais, $40. They literally let you make monthly payments on that. Not that you need to do it, you know, depending on the money you bring in, but it's a good way to say, okay, yeah, I could pay for the shorts right now, but let me do this monthly thing and build my credit down here in Brazil. Haitian government says Philly Down says blacks got it rough out there in terms of civil rights, jobs, etc. What's your sentiment? They do. Um, we have to remember Brazil, you know, and the connection with Portuguese and Portugal colony. Portugal was like one of the OG colonies when it came to slavery, right? It's even a place where even like I've spoken to some light skinned people who have problems. It's just weird. It's like you see it, but you don't see it. Depending where you go, you don't go through it. Like I feel like the more prestigious areas, the poppy areas, the chic, chic areas you're in, you might see something. Especially like you know what happened with the last president. A lot of Brazilians here like to tell me the last president was like their version of Donald Trump. Like, yeah, the guy's a racist, he's a sexist, all these things, treats all these type of people wrong. But in terms of jobs, Haitian gunmen, I don't know because I've seen like some black people working good jobs. I've gone to places like where like to them it's money, but to us like whatever. And I've seen black people there, but there's like a cloud over Brazil when it comes to its racism. Definitely, definitely, especially where you go. Definitely where you go. I know. I think I've been told like some places in the South are like, yeah, are a little bit more racist than other areas. I'll let you guys know once I go. But that is my assessment, Asian gunman. The weather in Sao Paulo, right? Okay. So right now it's their summer. Their summer just started. But here in Sao Paulo, for some reason, you get these weird rain showers. I mean, weird. Like it'll rain randomly throughout the day, heavy for like maybe 20, 30 minutes, and it stops. And then it goes back to being 89 degrees. So these next few months are going to be I'm still going through like my first everything in Sao Paulo. So this is my first February in Sao Paulo. This is me going through my first Carnaval in Sao Paulo, my first summertime starting, everything. So all this experience is new to me also. But what I'm seeing from the weather is it'll be hot, it'll rain, it'll not rain, and then it'll be normal. So as we progress throughout the year, I'll see what goes on with the rain. Definitely. Hopefully, it doesn't rain too much during Carnival because everything is outdoors. If you guys are coming down here for Carnival, watch out for pickpockets because they said it's very high around that time of the year. Like like that's when the professionals come out. Me, I always wear shorts that have the zippers on it. Right. I just bought me a little bag satchel thing that I'm gonna keep my phone and my charger. Keep that in front of me. So be aware if you're gonna be down here to take care of your belongings, your phone, and all that good jazz. So, if we have any more questions, any more statements, uh, I was gonna drop the link tonight if you guys wanted to come up personally ask a question. So I'll probably drop the link and then get ready to close out in the next 5-10 minutes. So if you guys want to come up, talk about a topic real quickly, you can. Or I ask that you show your face. Keep it respectful. Thaddeus Tosa asks, "What's the situation with the herb?" I have yet. No, I can't say I have yet. I've like took a puff of Brazilian bud, and it was like, ain't nothing like homegrown in the states. Um, I'm be honest with you. I've traveled with my own bud. They'll ask me how I did it or why I travel with my own bud. I'm a medical patient, and people I've shared with or smoked with will be like, "Yo, it's like 100 times better than what they have here." So this is the funny thing about Brazil, right? In Brazil, shrooms are legal, mushrooms are legal, but bud isn't legal. A lot of people are holding out that hope, like, "Oh, I hope that weed becomes legal down here and so on," but weed isn't legal. It's accessible, but it isn't legal. You could literally go on a website and buy shrooms, official shrooms here in Brazil, but bud isn't legal. That I don't get. We got Jay Lover in the building tonight. Jay Lover, what's going on, bro?
What's up, Chop? How you doing, bro?
Chilling. Where you from?
Originally from Chicago. I'm in Dallas now, south suburb of Dallas.
Ah, nice. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for popping in.
No, absolutely, man, absolutely. You know, Russell taught me something brand new about the DR, man, and you giving me good game about Sao Paulo. I would have never thought of visiting there. I was always thinking Rio.
Hmm.
But my question to you is this. I'm a master plumber by trade. However, now I got my licenses to sell life insurance in various states. If you have a phone with an American plan, can you use it to call America from Brazil?
Yeah. So what I did when I first moved out to Dominican Republic, right? I didn't want to lose my American number. I had T-Mobile at the time. So what I did was I got on the phone with Vonage and I spoke to Vonage and they basically took my number from T-Mobile. And from there, I was able to buy a house phone off Amazon. Vonage sent me like this little internet thing. You connect it to the back of your router. And then from the router goes to the back of the phone. And you can receive phone calls like it's a regular landline. So that's how I was able to call back to the States and get my phone calls in coming in from the States and all that stuff. So, and there's also some eSIM applications now where with just some internet you can get calls and text messages from American numbers. So there's a few ways to do that if you're looking to like work from the phone at home but not in the States. So you have a few options for that.
Okay, yeah, because we got something called a CRM, and that pretty much I could dial out through my CRM, but sometimes you just need a regular phone to speak on if you're getting like a bad internet connection. It sounds like what you're talking about is that thing they used to have back in the day called the Magic Jack, where you took the phone and you plugged it into the router. You know what I'm saying? And that way it was like a landline over there, so you could use like a cordless phone. I just didn't know
Mhm.
how reliable that was.
Yeah, you could use it as long as you have internet.
As long as you got internet. Okay,
As long as you have internet, as long as you have power, you could use that.
got you.
Mhm. Yeah, and then if you even want to go wireless with it, keep it on your cell phone. Like I said, there's some applications, some eSIM applications that'll let you do all of that stuff. All you need is internet.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Another question. I remember you got real good with Spanish when you were living in Santiago.
Mhm.
How are you making out with Portuguese? Are you finding this a hard transition or is it pretty similar?
Honestly, Portuguese, and not to discourage anybody, Portuguese is a hard transition. It's a little bit easier if you know Spanish, but there's just some things that don't carry over, like pronunciations or certain words or expressions. So but if you stay into it, like you can get the hang of it. But a lot of people say like, oh yeah, if you know Spanish and Portuguese easy. Not easy. It just makes learning a little bit shorter. If that makes any sense.
Right, I got you. I got you.
But
Okay.
like they'll have like same words. So like in Spanish, rice is arroz, and here rice is ajos. So like R makes like a H sound, and
Got you.
they're not rolling the R's like as you would in Spanish.
Now, you shot straight from the DR to Brazil, correct?
Yeah,
What was that flight? Did you fly out of Santo Domingo?
yeah. You have to fly to Santo Domingo.
Okay.
Yeah,
And how much did that hit you for?
one way. I guess it depends when you book it. One way, maybe like around 450, depending if you're going with a check bag. 455.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. One way. Like I said, depends when you book it. Depends how many bags you're flying with. When I last flew into here from DR in October, I flew in with like how many bags I flew in with? Like 3 bags. And Copa Airline hit me with some crazy fee for my third bag, so I had to pay like $200 for my third bag.
Damn.
Yeah, so other than that, you can fly to Santiago, but it's a hellish trip. Like Santiago will bring you back to the States and then to another airport and then to South America.
Right.
Now, you better off just If you flying from DR to Brazil, you better off just flying out of Santo Domingo.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I got, it's funny you mentioned that because like I said, I'm in Dallas and I was just checking fares because me and my boys, we try to go every 2 to 3 months, but they live in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to fly from Dallas to Miami, then Miami to Puerto Plata. And it's costing me about anywhere from 7 to 1,000, depending, what time of year and how much advance notice.
Yeah.
My boys in Canada are spending like 450 USD and they're going nonstop in Canada, which is a hell of a lot further than Dallas. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I just can't wrap my head around it. And then guys from New York, they got it made flying JetBlue.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're getting flights for like $250, $300. I wish,
So when they're flying from Canada, are they flying from Canada to Puerto Plata straight?
Yeah, direct into Puerto Plata,
Oh wow,
nonstop.
wow, that is crazy. I thought there was direct flights from Dallas though. No.
No, man, no, no, no. You got to hit the Miami International Airport, and then from there you fly into Puerto Plata.
Have you
So,
tried flying into Santiago?
same thing. As a matter of fact, one time I had booked a trip to Puerto Plata, but the flight got backed up. So my transfer flight to Puerto Plata was already gone by the time I got to Puerto Plata. It was actually pulling out of the damn tarmac or whatever the hell they call it. So I was just that late. So anyway, I always take American when I go down to Puerto Plata from Dallas.
Right.
Well, because I would have had to wait another 24 hours, my only option was to fly into Santiago, but I had to take Spirit and fly Spirit from Miami to Santiago. And then one of my boys came and picked me up in a car, met me at the airport, and we drove back to Sasua.
Hmm. And what is it like if you fly into Santo Domingo?
That's a good question. It's a lot less expensive, and you're really gonna get a play on Spirit depending on how many bags you bring with, because that's how they get you. They mark up everything. My only issue is I'm usually in the Puerto Plata Sasua area, so I would have to catch that Caribe Express probably from Santo Domingo all the way up to Sasua, and that's like a 5 hour ride. And I'm not really feeling that. I'd rather just go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, fly into
Nah,
Puerto
nah,
Plata.
nah. That's not a 5 hour ride
Man, I was told on that bus 5 hours, 4 to 5 hours
from Caribe.
on Caribe Express, the bus line, the tourist bus.
I guess it depends what time you're leaving Santo Domingo if you get caught in that traffic. But Metro is good too. Metro is good to get there on time because I think Metro is more on the outskirts. They don't go through the city like a Caribe tours would. And Metro has a station in Puerto Plata.
Okay. One more question for you.
Mm-hmm.
When I got down there, Russell hooked me up and got me hooked me up with an account at Banco Santa Cruz. So I have a Dominican bank account. If I'm not mistaken, you said earlier that you have to have that residency card in order to get a bank account, or could I come down there and have somebody vouch for me?
Now, so it's not gonna work like Dominican Republic where you could walk into the bank with your passport or with someone's recommendation. Nah. So you definitely gonna need to maneuver in Brazil. Period. You need your CPF number. You need to
Okay,
get a CPF number because the CPF helps with everything. But it's not enough. So you're also gonna need an RNM number. So RNM number comes like on the bottom of this ID,
okay,
and only with those two things, CPF and RNM, can you open a bank account down here.
gotcha. Okay,
Mhm.
all right,
Yes.
cool. Thanks for the info, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, anytime, bro. Thanks for tuning in.
No, absolutely. Have a good night, bro.
You too, bro. All right, y'all. Link is still up. If anybody got any questions, I'll give this like a few more minutes. E, what's going on, bro? Says how many hours was the flight from DR to Brazil? It depends on what you find. It could be anywhere from like between 9 and 11 hours, right? Layover in Panama. Can you find a layover in DR in Colombia from DR? maybe if you fly Avianca, right? But layover in Panama, maybe like 45 minutes or an hour or 30. And then from Panama to Sao Paulo, it's like 6.5 hours, 7 hours top. Depend on the, I guess depend on the pilot, if the pilot be whipping it or not. But from DR to like Panama is like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. From Panama to Sao Paulo is like 6.5 hours, 7 hours maybe, nonstop. Yeah, Haitian government, like people be missing out. Like, the questions that that's something I would normally answer or say for a consultation. Just gave the brother free game. So it's free consultation right there. You're absolutely right. Make sure you guys, bless the channel. Shout out to Teddy again for the super chat. Y'all can hit up the Cash App too. I appreciate them random Cash Apps throughout the week. Helps me get this material to you guys. Let me know what you guys are thinking about the shorts. If you're not on Chapapa TV's Instagram, go sign up. I mean, not go sign up. Go follow my Instagram page. It's literally Chapapa TV. It might actually be better to do lives there from Chapapa TV Instagram as opposed to YouTube. Because of YouTube, I gotta make the thumbnail, this and that. It's just here's where all the subscribers are. But if you guys want to see what's going on in the streets during Carnival, leading up to Carnival, or just any of the randomness, like like me out and about on a date or kicking it with the peoples, y'all follow Chapapa TV. Definitely go subscribe to Chapapa TV Instagram. But other than that, I hope you guys like the video on your way in, on your way out. Please, good Q&A tonight. Something calm. Like I said, I'm gonna do my best to try to get a lot of shorts out to you guys from everything going on out here. Keep you up to date with the dollar, how the dollar is doing, the people, the vibes, where to go, where not to go. Like I said, I feel shorts are the fastest way to get content out, like immediately, faster that day, especially when something's going on. So like Friday night, going out to see Black Coffee here in Sao Paulo. Definitely will be putting up shorts all night from that. Super Bowl, maybe I'll go live from the YouTube channel. Maybe I'll go live from Chapapa TV channel. Carnival, when I'm out there in the morning or in the night, listen, I need to turn on those bells because once you see the live notification, just know, hey, in like 2 weeks, I'm going to tell y'all exactly when I'm going to start being out and about. Even though the party started now, I'm going to start being out and about, say, starting Friday the 17th. Right? Friday the 17th, going through that whole last week of February. Make you guys pay attention, right? It ain't gonna be Rio, ain't gonna be Salvador, but don't let the names confuse you. This city still gets busy for Carnival. Still gets busy. If I missed any questions that you guys may have about Brazil living or experiences or whatever, drop a comment down below. If you need to do your consultations, y'all can reach me at the email. All that stuff is going to be in the bio. If you need to do your consultations for Dominican Republic, any Dominican Republic questions you may have, from like opening up a banking account to finding an apartment to buying a car to is my girlfriend using me, or where do I go on a first date, or how much should I pay for this, y'all can still hit me up. Listen, that's 3 years of boots on the ground knowledge, me living in DR. And guess what? Now I can do all of that here in Brazil. You guys are very fortunate, very blessed. So do your consultations or catch me on these live Q&As and I'll get you all squared away. But I don't see any more questions. I don't see anybody else popping in. Shout out to everyone who's commented tonight. Stefano, Haitian Gunman, Elvis, Chocolate Brown Brother, my dog Alex, Jay, Season Swag, Tosla, Big E. It's been real. To the next live. I don't know what's the next live. I don't know. I definitely want to do I'll probably do another live, but February we're gonna be busy, y'all. We're gonna be super busy on Chapapa TV. Make sure y'all follow the Instagram, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you guys for watching. Like the video on your way in, on your way out. It's Carnaval time, baby. It's Carnival time. Listen, I'm about to act up. I'm about to be in this street, tank top on or shirt off with the glitter and the mask, and just I need to start getting my sleeping schedule ready because it's like people like you only go home to like shower and change clothes, and you back in the hua, back in the street. Carnival gonna be real, yeah. Gonna be real. But first stop, Super Bowl Sunday in Brazil. First Super Bowl experience in Brazil. You guys do not want to miss that. I'll definitely go live for you guys. It'll be easier to go live from the Chapapa TV Instagram page. So make sure you guys go follow Chapapa TV. But if not, I'll try to do a little bit of both. I'll try to do shorts on the YouTube. I'll try to go live from the YouTube from the venue where the Super Bowl party is happening. Y'all have a good night, and I'll catch y'all on the next episode.